Evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is when you come across this video. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch it. Hopefully something resonates. So once again, I want to try something new. People lose stuff all the time, so I know I'm doing lost object reading, so see how well this works out for somebody out there that needs to find the item they have lost. So where is this lost item? Somebody absolutely needs to find.
So me, you, me. Oh, big bus seven, big bus one.
Where is this lost item? Somebody
So it's me, you, me.
absolutely needs to find.
I thought it was me.
This lost item. Somebody absolutely needs to find.
Who hasn't came in a while, man?
So everybody's Friday's been going good. Well, I bet if you've stayed in, like my reading from earlier, you've probably stayed away from
Big bus seven.
any kind of drama or chaos
Big
or
bus seven.
anything like that, unless you've created your own. You've been sitting at home. Maybe. Oh man. So where is lost object? Lost item. Somebody's needing to find. Where is this lost object? Somebody is needing to find. Driving them that crazy. Driving them guano crazy. Guano crazy. You're all welcome for that. Drop this just a little bit because I want you guys to be able to see. Where is this lost object you're needing to find? Well, I don't know. Let's find out. How about we do that? Yeah. Seven of Cups, reversed. Isn't that fun? Ten of Swords, reversed. That's checked up, man. I just had that, but I had it right set up for my own personal reading earlier. Three of Swords, reversed. Well, that's a whole bunch of reverses. What do you guys think about that? All right.
I swear, if you take sauces, man, I'm gonna make you bleed.
Well, I think the Seven of Cups here is just showing us that you've looked in all the obvious places. All right? Looked in all the obvious places. It's in your bed if you haven't made up your bed today, because like you guys were probably doing some of that making up, right? I don't know what the object is you lost, by the way. So look underneath the bed or underneath the covers, within the covers. Maybe even you did. Maybe you did make up your bed and you still wrapped it up somehow, kept it up in the covers. You know, you probably just lost the remote. That's what this readings went for. Went to somebody who's lost their remote. And you're welcome, by the way, to find your remote. It's in your bed. Checked all the other places you would have put the remote or your keys. Hopefully you keep a better handle on your protection, right? You're not losing it. But seriously got to It's in the bed when I was looking at this card, and it's the place because it's where you're making up at. All right, so go to the place where you made up with your partner at, or a friend, or wherever you maybe made peace with yourself at, right? Where you had some quiet time to yourself. That is where you have left your lost object. But for poops and giggles, right? To keep it kind of PG in here. Bull hell. Yeah, that's the thing. Bull hell. Let's see what the book says about the cards. 7 of Cups. Everything that could be. Everything that could be. Imagination, possibilities, reflection, gifts, vision, boldness, decision. Doesn't have anything for upside down, so whatever is bad for all those words, I guess. 10 of Swords. And by the way, if you go to your bed or the last place where you made up with your spouse and you find your lost object, there, type thank you in the comments. Blessing and earnings for upside down. Isn't that good? Looks like such a bad card. It's just blessing and earnings. 3 of Swords reversed. Mental withdrawal flaw. Again, I said maybe we did some self-healing, right? Something close to that is what I said. Is where you left this object you're looking for. So where you had some time to yourself, or where you did some making up. But there's obviously it is clearly not in all the obvious places. I didn't want to say obvious twice. That would have been fun. So, okay, I've got about 2 minutes and like 40-something seconds, maybe 50 seconds. So, back to witchcraft and religion, because that's always fun, right? Trying to think about what all I did cover. So, if we do go back to Genesis, so we have, I guess what we're led to believe is the devil or Satan that's shape-shifted into a snake to talk to Adam and Eve. So right off the bat, after God speaks everything into existence, we got some shape-shifting going on. And then when he makes man, when you get some dirt and stuff, right, and then breathes air into man's nostril. So he's mixing some things together, right, to make man. And then the ultimate thing, right, when he makes woman, what does he do? Well, he puts us into a deep sleep, takes one of our ribs, and makes a woman. 2, if you want to get technical, because the first one, being Lilith, didn't want to listen to God's word and be man's best friend, so to speak, right? So there's that. So we had to have Eve. And Eve didn't mind being obedient to God's word until, the devil shape-shifted. But that's 2 different things. We have to go back and read the Old Testament. When I go back and read it in a minute. But anyways, I just kind of went esoteric there for a second. So it takes a rib and then makes a woman. So again, I mean, there's some mixing of elements there going on. And then, let's see what else. It gives us dominion over everything on the earth. So, if you question about devils and demons and stuff like that, and if people actually have the capability of exorcising demons out of somebody, and if you don't think King Solomon could have his magical skills and control demons and all that, well, again, it says in Genesis, God gave us dominion over all living things that creepeth and crawleth on the earth and flies in the air. Give us dominion over everything. So I guess that's worth thinking about. So we have dominion, right? And then I did, and I said I did. But anyways, let's try to push out the positive energy everywhere we go. And if you're not going to be good at it. See me next time.